Hello audience, JC Redfang 13 back for another video. I figured I would start on some more collection videos just to show you guys what I have besides my Xbox, because my Xbox is actually my smallest collection in terms of other video games. So I'm going to start out with my ever classic PlayStation 1 collection, which is that's actually the smallest, but I will join it with my PS2 collection, which is bigger than my Xbox, especially when you fuse them. And then my next video, I'm going to be doing a Nintendo DS collection because I haven't done that yet. I did my Nintendo GBA collection, and that video I wasn't very satisfied with, so let's begin. Alright, so I'm going to start with my PlayStation 1 like I said before, and the first game, or games, it's Final Fantasy Chronicles. It has Final Fantasy 4 in it, and Chrono Trigger, if you can see there. Very great compilation. The only issue I have are the loading times for Chrono Trigger. They're pretty bad, but the animated cutscenes are they're very well done, and Akira Toriyama manages to impress me once again with those. Chrono Trigger is worth this in itself. It's worth 20-30 bucks on itself. It is such an amazing game, and if you haven't played it yet, go out on eBay, buy it on Virtual Console, get it for the Nintendo DS. I know that they have that in stores still, but I prefer Final Fantasy Chronicles. It has like the original Final Fantasy 4 and Chrono Trigger. Yeah, it's pretty well remade, but Final Fantasy 4 feels the same from when it was on its Super Nintendo partner. Anyway, Final Fantasy Anthologies, it has 5 and 6, which 6, in my opinion, is the best Final Fantasy game, but my favorite is 4. This is so worth the money as well. I mean, it's such a joy to be playing through 5 and 6 again. No, I don't want to go further into it because I could spend a whole video just talking about Final Fantasy 6 in itself, but great games. Highly recommend you buy them. I would get Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6 honestly for the GBA, especially if you have one. That is the best console I think to get it because it's on the go. Spider-Man, just for the PlayStation 1. It's kind of bad condition, I know, but this is a pretty fun game, honestly. It's not the best Spider-Man game there is, but it is very classic and comic book driven. It has really nice graphics too for the PlayStation 1. It's an awesome game. And this is my favorite game of all time, probably, and my favorite on the PlayStation 2 most definitely. Dragon Quest VIII, which, if you didn't hear that annoying music, is Dragon Quest VIII. This game is so awesome. I'm going to have my own separate video just giving this game a review in itself, so I don't want to further dwell on it, but please, buy this if you haven't. This is such an awesome PS2 game. I prefer this over any Kingdom Hearts and any Final Fantasy on the PlayStation 2. Trust me, this is an awesome PlayStation 2 game. I actually haven't played this yet. I found this at a thrift store, and I don't know if it's good or not. Grandy 3 looked pretty interesting, so my brother's going through a playthrough of it, and he says it's pretty nice. So I'm pretty psyched to try that. And of course, Kingdom Hearts 2. This game is awesome, 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 awesome. This should be in your PlayStation 2 collection, if you don't have it in your collection. I don't have Kingdom Hearts 1 on me, sadly. I really do want to get that game again, but that game was broken, and every time I beat it, it would freeze at the ending cutscene. Kingdom Hearts 2, though, I prefer the Silver 1, honestly. They go more in depth with the characters, I guess, like Kairi and Riku and Sora. It is a really great game, though. I also recommend Chain of Memories. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 This is another badass fighting game, or another just badass game in general. If it's only $3, so if your GameStop still sells PS2 games and this is there, I highly recommend this. This is a fun ass game. I'm telling you right now, fun ass game. It goes up to the Cell Saga, so if you're familiar with Dragon Ball Z, you will be so satisfied with this. And if you're unfamiliar, still satisfied. It is a great 2D fighter, and I highly recommend it. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. Another really great fighter. The story is weird, and it gets repetitive, but it's still great. I mean, I kind of like that chessboard aspect. Also, the fusions are weird. I mean, there's Yamcha and Tien fusing, and Super Buu fusing with Cell and Frieza, so I thought that was cool. Overall, though, it is a pretty great game. Honestly, it's one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z games. Would I prefer it over one? I don't know. One story is very limited. This has a pretty massive storyline, so I don't know. Each one of them, I say, are pretty equal. I mean, this has more fighters and stuff, obviously, but still. This piece of crap right here. Dragon Ball Z Sagas. Ugh! Let me just say right now, if you want a adventure RPG Dragon Ball Z game, get Legacy of Goku 2 or Boost Fury. This is not worth your time. Unless you do want an interesting co-op experience, because I actually do enjoy this game on some occasions when I'm playing co-op with my brother. It is fun on co-op, I will admit. Just the glitches are so bad. It needed work. I do hope they remake this game into like some sort of Dragon Ball Z Sagas, and it has, San, Frieza, androids, and Boo. That'd be awesome. I would love it if they did what they tried to do in this game without glitches and with great graphics. I would absolutely love that. Anyway, we're cutting short on time. Sorry if I'm dragging this on. Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 2. Not going to go further indefinite. It's a great game. The biggest storyline you will go through in any Dragon Ball Z game over at least 40 hours. Definitely recommend if you're going to your local GameStop and you want to pick up a pretty fun DBZ game. This I would probably prefer over Budokai and Budokai 2. But for newbies, I would prefer Budokai and Budokai 2. Just this one I would prefer if you are familiar with the Dragon Ball Z or the Tenkaichi mechanics and stuff. Mega Man X8, fantastic Mega Man X game. Highly recommend it. This was only $10. It is throwaway money. I would totally get this game if I were you and you love 2D shooters and you were trying to find a good Capcom game because they've been sucking ass for the past 2 years. I don't even know, like 2 or 3 years besides Marvel vs. Capcom 3. If you want an interesting game, a pretty interesting storyline, and fun game mechanics, this is the way to go. Alright. Dragon Ball Z Uzumaki Chronicles 2. This is like the Dragon Ball Z sagas of the PlayStation 2, except they did it better. I'm just going to say that. I don't want to go too farther in depth, but yeah. And it is a unique story, I guess. Zatch Bell, Mamoto Fury. Haven't really played this game that much, and when I did, I was kind of disappointed with it. I mean, I really do like the Zatch Bell games. It's just that one's a little clunky, honestly. But it was only $2.99, so. And Naruto Ultimate Ninja. Great fighting game series on the PlayStation 2. If you are a Naruto fan like myself, I would go ahead and get this game. The fighting mechanics are great, and it goes somewhat by the storyline. Alright, let me find Ultimate Ninja 2, which that is not it. Sorry, guys. I also have Ultimate Ninja 2. I don't want to go too in-depth with it. It's just more characters, more storyline. And I have Ultimate Ninja 3, which in my opinion is the best Ultimate Ninja game on the PlayStation 2. Unless we're talking about 4, which was also fun. I just haven't played that in a while. I got it like last April, but Final Fantasy X-2. This is how Final Fantasy X should have been, except it not with girls or anything. This is how the gameplay mechanics of 10 should have been, and this is how it shouldn't have been so linear, you know, in 10. It's too easy, but this is 10-2 was an interesting game, honestly. It is fun and it's very difficult. Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Haven't played this game much, but the time I did, it was pretty fun and pretty scary, honestly. You don't get that in Resident Evil games anymore. Not sure where my Resident Evil 4 went. I apologize for that too. I have Resident Evil 4 somewhere. Mega Man X7. This is probably the second worst Mega Man X game in the series. 6 being the worst and the most difficult for that matter. It's still very fun. I mean, your worst game for Mega Man X is still going to be a good game, honestly. I wouldn't recommend it if you were expecting a 2D, because it has 2D and 3D elements, which really can suck ass. You're telling me that 3D's Mega Man is not that good. I have Jak and Daxter, but it is a loose disc. I just didn't want to bring it out. Jak and Daxter is a great game, honestly. It is one of my favorite PlayStation 2 games as well. You can't have a PlayStation 2 without Jak and Daxter. This is just Jak 3. Haven't played this much either, honestly. I know, right? I haven't played most of my PlayStation 2 games. I've been too busy with the Xbox. But I will get to this, too. I just made sure that I had this in my collection. And lastly, in my Budokai 2 case, Shaman King, which was not even going to go into that game. Game kind of sucked. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my video. I know it went on for 12 minutes. I just wanted to get little bits and pieces of each game and each category, I guess. I wanted to describe them a little bit, you know. So, tune in next video. I'm going to be doing a Nintendo DS collection, as I said before. And, I guess I'll see you guys later. Peace.